Welcome Mystery in the World. Today I talked about Top 10 Mystery Movies 2016. Number 10. Brimstone. Brimstone is a 2016 Western thriller film conceived, written and directed by Martin Coulovan. The film stars Dakota Fanning, Guy Pearce, Kit Harington and Karis Van Houten. It was selected to compete for the Golden Lion at the 73rd Venice International Film Festival on September 3, 2016. It is scheduled for a theatrical release in the United States sometime in March 2017. Brimstone is a suspenseful tale of guilt and retribution that unfolds at the end of the 19th century. A dark, violent and epic western about a young woman and her family whose lives change drastically when a diabolical preacher comes to town. Number 9. Goddess of Love. Goddess of Love is a 1988 American made-for-television fantasy film directed by Jim Drake and written by Don Siegel and Phil Margo. The film premiered November 20, 1988 on NBC. It starred Vanna White. Enter into a baroque vortex of madness when an emotionally unstable woman is shattered after tremendous heartbreak. Brian was the love of Venus' life, and the thought of him having an affair with another woman begins her volatile descent into the dark side of psychosexual insanity. Number 8. April and the Extraordinary World. April and the Extraordinary World, French, Avril Le Montreuil, is a 2015 French-Belgian-Canadian animated science fiction adventure film co-directed by Christian Diesmers and Franck Ekensi, co-written by Ekensi and Benjamin Legrand, and starring Marion Cotillard. It depicts an alternate steampunk world with a visual style based on the work of French cartoonist Jacques Tardy. 1941. France asleep in the 19th century, governed by steam and Napoleon VI, where scientists vanish mysteriously. A girl, Avril, goes in search of her missing scientist parents. Number 7. IT. IT is a 2016 thriller film directed by John Moore and written by Dan Kay and William Wisher. It stars Pierce Brosnan, James Frecheville, Anna Friel, Stephanie Scott, and Michael Nyqvist. The film is produced by David T. Friendly and Beau St. Clair, who was Brosnan's producing partner at the Irish Dreamtime production company before she died. The film came out on September 23, 2016 with a limited release and video on demand. Pierce Brosnan stars as a book publisher whose livelihood and very life become threatened by an angry IT consultant. Number 6. Ava's Possessions. Ava's Possessions is a 2015 American supernatural horror comedy film written and directed by Jordan Galland. The film had its world premiere on April 26, 2015 at the Dead by Dawn Horror Film Festival and was given a DVD and VOD release on March 4, 2016. Louisa Cross stars as the titular Ava, a young woman that must learn how to put her life together after a demon is exorcised from her body. Ava Dobkins is recovering from demonic possession. With no memory of the past month, she is forced to attend a spirit possession anonymous support group. As Ava struggles to reconnect with her friends, get her job back, and figure out where the huge blood stain in her apartment came from, she's plagued by nightmarish visions. The demon is trying to come back. Number 5. The Curse of Sleeping Beauty. The Curse of Sleeping Beauty is a 2016 American fantasy horror film directed by Perry Reginald Teo and written by Teo alongside Josh Nadler. The film stars Ethan Beck, India Isley, and Natalie Hall. Filming began in Los Angeles, California. The film was released by 2B Films on May 13, 2016. The Curse of Sleeping Beauty is an entirely new, dark vision of the classic Brothers Grimm adventure. Thomas Kaiser, Ethan Beck, inherits an ancestral mansion that has been in his family for generations, only to learn that he has also inherited an ancient curse stemming back to the Crusades. Forced into his new role as protector, the guardian appointed to keep the evil demons in the house at bay, Thomas must unravel the mystery of the house, while struggling to awaken the beautiful Briar Rose, India Isley, held captive in a terrifying netherworld seen previously in his dreams. Number 4. Backtrack. Manhattan Night is a 2016 American crime film written and directed by Brian de Cubelis. It is based on the 1996 novel Manhattan Nocturne by Colin Harrison. The film stars Adrian Brody, Yvonne Strahovski, Jennifer Beals, Campbell Scott, Linda Lavin, and Stephen Burkhoff. The film was released on May 20, 2016, by Lionsgate Premiere. Porter Wren is a Manhattan tabloid writer with an appetite for scandal. On the beat he sells murder, tragedy, and anything that passes for the truth. At home, he is a dedicated husband and father. But when Carolyn, a seductive stranger, asks him to dig into the unsolved murder of her filmmaker husband Simon, he is drawn into a very nasty case of sexual obsession and blackmail, one that threatens his job, his marriage, and his life. Number 3. A Bigger Splash. A Bigger Splash is a 2015 English-language Italian-French psychological drama dark comedy film directed by Luca Guadagnino and written by Alan Page and David Kajganich, based on the film La Piscine. The film stars Tilda Swinton, Matthias Soinertz, Ralph Fiennes, and Dakota Johnson. The film was named after David Hockney's 1967 painting of the same title. It competed for the Golden Lion at the 72nd Venice International Film Festival. An American couple, Paul and Marianne, spend their vacation in Italy and experiences trouble when the wife invites a former lover and his teenage daughter to visit, which leads to jealousy and dangerous sexual scenarios. Number 2. Inferno. Inferno is a 2016 American thriller film directed by Ron Howard and written by David Cope, loosely based on the 2013 novel of the same name by Dan Brown. Filming began on April 27, 2015 in Venice, Italy, and wrapped on July 21, 2015 in Budapest. The film premiered in Florence on October 9, 2016 and was released in the United States on October 28, 2016 in 2D and IMAX formats. It received generally negative reviews from critics and grossed $220 million against its $75 million budget. Inferno continues the Harvard symbologist's adventures on screen. When Robert Langdon wakes up in an Italian hospital with amnesia, he teams up with Sienna Brooks, a doctor he hopes will help him recover his memories and prevent a madman from releasing a global plague connected to Dante's Inferno. Number 1. Criminal. Criminal is a 2016 American science fiction action crime thriller film directed by Ariel Vrahman and written by Douglas Cook and David Weisberg. Principal photography began on September 4, 2014, in London. The film was produced by Campbell Grobman Films and Millennium Films and was released on April 15, 2016. The memories and skills of a CIA agent are implanted into the brain of a dangerous criminal in order to stop an international terrorist.